sucker a little bit. All right, we're on. It didn't even give a countdown this time.
There you go.
They keep changing shit. What's up with that?
See, because I don't see you listed under my subscriptions either. I'm subscribed to you now, though.
Were you before?
No, I wasn't before, but I am now. And I did the bell thing, so...
Nice.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so we're good. Yeah, man. Yo, so what's up? So you're on now? You're live?
We are live.
You're live?
Yes.
You're live.
It's a new world.
It's a new world.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, well, you know what?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
You're like the second independent guest on mine so far. So how about we give you a little intro, a little bit of your background, and you already have a history. So you're actually kind of helping me out.
I appreciate that. You're putting me on the spot. Like, I'm rolled out on my fucking bed, I'm half like, I'm super casual right now. Now I gotta get all like mission statement. All right.
Show us your softer side.
I'm fucking. I know, right? My bedside. So I'm fucking Big MOW, and it's MGMOW, man, go my own way, pretty much. My videos, I started a channel. It actually started after I broke up with my ex. I went through my sort of existential crisis as far as these bitches are concerned, and trying to find my individuality and self-worth. And then I actually came on YouTube looking around to find out if there are other people who are going through similar shit. Because it really started from fucking Plenty of Fish. I'm on Plenty of Fish. I'm like,
oh, you too?
Yeah, And I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, first of all, I'm hot. Second of all, like, I have like a lot to offer. I'm an extremely talented person. I have so much to offer. Like, what's going on here? Something's wrong. Like, this
you know what?
just...
That's a good idea. I'm going to add that as a heart tag.
Something's up. What's going on? And I started looking at videos, and so the first search really started with Plenty of Fish. And then from there, I tripped into, I forgot the name of the guy, man. It was this black guy, but I think he says he's MGTOW, but he wasn't really. But he's kind of this hood dude. And I wish I remembered the guy. But from there, it went to Sandman. And he was actually talking about Sandman in one of his videos. If somebody mentions his name, I'm sure everybody will remember who this guy is. But from there, right, from there I started watching the Sandman videos. I was like, wait a second. This shit is not just in my own little personal world. Like, the whole fucking world is, like, fucked. After that happened, I'm like, well, I was MGTOW in some ways growing up. I just wasn't fully aware yet. Like, I always tell, even in my videos, I say that, like, we've all gotten doses of red pill. We just didn't apply it. We just didn't, like, keep down the dose. We threw it back up. But after that, I made some videos, and I am so looking forward to my next video. I think I'm going to make another one when I come back from vacation around either Monday night or Tuesday. I'm going to make another one kind of updating, because there's some MGTOW out there that I want to call out a few, not really people, but MGTOW in general. I want to call them out, and I want to let people know what I've been up to since the last time I made these videos. And it's such a short period of time. It seems like forever, but the last videos I made, I think, were in December. And I want to let people know, like, yo, the name of the video, you're gonna be the first person to hear it. It's gonna be if MGTOW, then MGTOW. Right? So I feel like a lot of people, are stuck in the if MGTOW part, and they're not doing the then MGTOW part. Like, they're just in the if part. They're still stuck in that rage, that, in that, oh, blah, 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 and I'm MGTOW, you're not MGTOW. I'm like, yo, like, it's time for the then MGTOW part. Like, it's time to go out there and hustle and make money and find your individuality and enjoy your life. Aggregate, on YouTube and troll and, identify MGTOWs or those who aren't. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, Yeah, MGTOW's here
what?
to
For
help
some
us.
reason,
You know.
I'm not finding. I know I subscribed. How about you send me your link and make sure that that's taken care of? Because I want to put you in the
Yeah,
credits
sure.
too.
Yeah, sure, we'll do. I'll send it to you. Definitely, but that's pretty much the gist of it. You know what I mean? The videos I have, like, I'm gonna listen to some of them that I have before, but for me, I'm always like trying to better myself and change. So there's a chance that some of the videos I've even uploaded, I might not even be on that shit anymore. I might be on a whole different in a whole different place.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what we're supposed to do is evolve in that way. So that's the gist of it. What about you, though? I want to hear your story, man.
Well, how much have you figured out?
Well, I figured out that you have kids, right?
Yeah.
And,
Are you telling me you haven't watched
that,
any of my content yet, and you haven't listened to half the shit we've already talked about in the same room?
Well, I listened to you talk. I've definitely listened to you, like, things that you said, but none of them really alluded to your past, bro. Like, all the times that we've spoken, like, think about it. Half of the time I'd be joining the room in the midst of some shit going on, and, you'd be contributing, but I wouldn't get much of your past. I know that you're one of the older MGTOW like me, and I know that you've gone through shit, but I really don't know, like, your story like that, no. But, I'll be more than happy to look at your videos, and I'm going to have the time to do that on vacation anyway, so.
I'm not seeing your link yet.
What's up?
Show me your link.
Wait, hold on. Let me, I didn't actually get it yet. I'm like the most ass backwards IT guy you're ever gonna meet, man. So
it's okay. I've had my fun in IT too.
Like,
dude, worst. Have you ever installed for DirecTV?
Oh no, definitely not.
Don't. Avoid them like the fucking plague. They are a cancer, especially if you're a tech. My God.
Right.
One of the most reasonable, at least from my current knowledge, which is a bit outdated. One of the better ones, if you're going to go in that route, is go hook up with Dish Network. They'll even give you a freaking hourly wage. It's not the greatest, but it's something. Dude, I had bounce check up the ass. Oh, man. Yeah. That's a big story.
But, give me, like, if you can give me, like, 3 sentences, like, is it ex-wife that fucked you? Like, what fucked you into MGTOW? Like, what fucked you in the ass into MGTOW? I guess is the best question to ask.
I'm an extremely tolerant man. I have a huge fuse for patience.
Right.
So that's why I'm in so late. I'm actually really green.
Okay.
I just let my experience speak for myself, and people might make the assumption that I've been around for a while.
Right.
And, I really appreciate that. That's a huge compliment as far as I'm concerned. But, no, I've got 2 kids. The oldest is alienated because of his mom. Ended up, it resulted in him getting brainwashed, making accusations and threats at all times a day. It was normally, boy, that's a huge echo. It was normally around like 2, 3, 4, 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
But yeah, false accusations about like me smashing his head into the refrigerator.
What, bro?
Yeah.
You see, you're talking shit. Like, when the fuck would I? Of course, I would remember that if I heard about it, man. What are you talking about?
Well, I have a perfectly clean criminal history. I've always been able to pass every kind of background check. Even when I was in the military, I could get secret clearance.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And that ability has continued on until a current date. The worst thing I've ever done legally has been parking tickets or a speeding ticket. Big fucking whoop-de-doo.
I know.
Been married twice, and the first child is not by the first wife.
Okay.
The first child came about with an ex-girlfriend prior to the first wife. But they all basically were doppelgangers.
Yeah.
They were duplicates. They were all narcissists.
Yeah.
Just like most every woman in my life since birth.
Yep.
So I had to cut off my family because they ended up contradicting themselves. The way I was raised was upright, true, honest, integrity, you know, stay on the right side of the law and all that. It means a lot.
Right.
If you don't follow your word, if you're not honorable, you're a piece of shit. So after a while, they decided to go ahead and contradict that on their own. I'm like, fine, you're too much of a cancer for me. I'm trying to have a healthy life and set an example for my youngest son. And especially after my father decided to go ahead and get into a physical confrontation with me on a holiday with my son there.
Right.
And my son's kicking at him. Yeah. I'm like, fuck this. I mean, you could start shit with me one-on-one, but when my son's around, you know better.
Right.
I'm not going to allow this to continue. And I had already had ulcers and miniature heart attacks and all kinds of physical consequences from these people's selfish and narcissistic actions.
Right.
So anybody watching, please follow suit.
You had a heart attack because of that shit, bro?
They called it miniature heart attacks.
Okay.
Like minor coronary infarctions.
That's insane.
So yeah, I basically went up against the wall until it just about killed me, and finally figured out I better change my ways.
Yeah, I mean, but how you know what? That's probably what it is. I mean, you probably speak the way you sound is, or you know, you speak very wisely, or you know, you speak from a place of wisdom. And I guess going through all of that would kind of put you at that status. You know, you just exude that kind of energy, right?
Well, thank you. I try to make everything count.
But Jesus, I mean, going through all of that, and you know, that's just unjust, bro.
Oh, no, there are so many times I should have died. If I was a normal person, I would have.
Yeah, dude.
So, I mean, I'm not a self-absorbed type of person, and if you want to take it that way, that's fine. But I'm a fucking superhero, and I dare you to kick my ass.
I don't think you're self-absorbed at all. You couldn't be that and be doing what you're doing here.
I know, but you and I already have built a little bit of a reputation together, or rapport.
Yeah.
You know, a bit of an understanding. I was kind of saying that more for other people.
Yeah, I'll be lurking.
I hear you. Thank you for keeping it in the background.
I'll be lurking like a motherfucker. I'll sit back for an hour.
Hey, Mick, you got earbuds or something like that? Did you hear me?
I don't think you heard.
You got any earbuds?
Who, staying free?
No, you.
Oh, me? No, I mean, I do have earbuds, but they're fucking over. Hold on, I gotta get up.
Oh, they ain't that bad.
Oh, dude, quit being lazy.
I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, focus too well.
Oh, shitheads, I'm trying to sleep. All right, hold on.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna talk this shit out while heading to bed. Multitask time management, you damn right.
Yo, I swear to God, I wanted you guys to like just wait until 12:30 before you send the link. And at 12:30, it's gonna be like, good night. You know?
Well, you know what? It's only 9:45 my time.
No, I was talking to somebody.
I saw the link before 12:30. I was like, fuck. Like,
how you think I feel now? At this point, I'm like, God damn it. I mean, I was learning a bunch of cool shit, but shit, I ain't got that much time.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me.
All right, is this better?
Actually, it's way better.
It's 10 times better.
Did you guys really have to like really cream your pants over how bad? What assholes, man! You guys maybe gotta be like, oh wait, bro, thank God, you sound like a fucking mongrel. Thanks, guys.
I don't know what you sound like before, but it was bad. It was all bad.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna leave that tab up for later because right now it's not giving me the option to go ahead and.
That's cool, man. I don't mind that. You do whatever you.
All right, so I wanted to.
The important thing is that we spoke.
I wanted to go into something that.
Okay, SF, hold on. It's my gig. You let him talk.
Well, I sent you. I sent you a letter to one of my.
You know,
I sent you a link to one of my videos, so you can check it out and subscribe whenever you're ready, bro. And I'll make sure I check out your videos too.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely uploading a motherfucking video when I get.
You want to see a really kick-ass one? Go over to MGTOW discussions. It's the first one, or the latest one that is for Sunday Chat with Trav.
Okay, cool.
They graciously let me in, and that was a kick-ass session. I mean, I got in at the very end, but it was very fluid. It was very respectable. There was a lot of great points made.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. It was a blast.
Oh yeah. All right. That sounds good. That's a good place to start, man. So you've only done chats pretty much, or you just upload the chats like staying free, or you've done also like standalone video?
I've only got a couple standalones.
Okay, because I saw you have two, right?
Yeah, most of my time has just been in interacting with you guys.
Okay.
He's trying to tell you, if you're objective, you might want to leave my name out of a lot of stuff. I got some, a lot of people don't like a lot of things I say. Like, I get some shit.
You know I love you, man.
It's cool, but you got to understand, they don't. Like, other motherfuckers, no, fuck that. They like, oh, this dickhead?
I don't care. That's their problem.
Yeah. Sorry.
I love everybody.
Yep. My thing is that the thing is that pisses me off about a lot of those people. They need to understand one thing. So you can have all the opinion you want, but when are you actually going to talk to me? You'll hear me talk, you'll hear all that, but when are you actually going to talk to me? When are you actually going to come in and say something to me? And then I respond and we have a conversation.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
They won't do that. See, no, they're going to just say their thoughts from a distance. They're going to make up their mind and immediately walk away without understanding a little bit, even to a tad bit about me. See, they're cherry picking immediately.
Don't worry about them. If they're not willing to talk to you,
I really don't give two flying fucks. My thing is, I keep seeing the people that come over from them. They come over from them, and then I have to boot their ass, which goes against what I say that about the non-censoring. So then it causes a little bit of a contradiction within my actions and what I've said.
How about you just worry about you?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing already, nigga.
Stop worrying so much about them. Fuck them.
Fuck them, yeah.
Whoever it is, doesn't matter. Fuck them.
They already know that. I told them that 1,000 times. They heard it out my mouth, or they heard me sit there and type it to them because I just felt like it that day.
Okay, SF, you gotta understand. Not everybody is at the same
SFM,
level.
My nigga.
What?
Now, see, I'm a wigger.
Ain't no reference to it, homie.
I'm multicolored.
But it's true, because it reminds me a little bit of when the white YouTube Twitch gamer came on, and he was talking about how, you know, when I make jokes about them to get upset, I'm like, but you say you don't care, so why are you even talking about it? Like, I'm like, just make your jokes, just talk about other MGTOW and have fun. His video about MGTOW was hilarious.
Yeah, it was actually pretty
hilarious. I love that.
It was not a big deal. Whoever got butthurt over that, that's on them.
And that's my thing. So I was like, but he comes in and he says, well, I don't care, you know, what people think. I really don't care. But, you know, why are people's butt hurt? I'm like, but you say you don't care, so why are we even talking about it? Just,
I don't know. So, like, number one, I wish people would understand.
Exactly.
Sometimes I do get into
but that applies to you, staying free, is what I'm saying.
I know, I do. Sometimes I get into that mode. Like, sometimes I get a little bit, you know, it happens.
That's what I was telling Legend when I come back, I'm going to make a MGTOW, you know, and it's like, it discusses that. Like, you know, why are we caring? If we're men going our own way, why are we caring so much about what other men think? If I go against something you say, fuck me. Like, and it's me, MGTOW. I love you guys. We're friends, you know, in this capacity, right? Yes. But if I go against what you say, fuck me too. Like, don't bother with what I'm saying. Live your life, man.
Well, no, it just goes into some points. Like, dude, I can't sit back. Like, here's the thing. That's a little weird that a lot of dudes try to bring this sort of type of persona to. And it's like they're just sitting back forever, just ultra chilled all the time. Like, no, like I'm sitting here like, so you never want to get angry. You
Okay,
never want to
maybe
sit
that's
there
their
and
thing.
yell at somebody.
I don't know.
Maybe that's their thing.
Well, then have
You know,
that.
like, okay, how about this? Let's use a different person as an example. Like, Freedom is MGTOW. He's a kicked back motherfucker.
He said that backward as shit.
Fucking John, you mean?
Yeah.
MGTOW's Freedom?
Yeah, there we go. MGTOW's.
How often do you see him get riled up in any sense?
Whoa, you're wrong as hell. I've seen it.
Like, what? He looks like he can get angry.
Yeah, he's angry. He just tries to keep it
But
contained. Like you can see it right there in the eyes.
He's
That nigga don't
overcome
fuck
a
around.
lot of that. It shows a lot about his maturity. It's obvious that he gives a fuck.
Hold on, number one. I'm gonna stop that immediately because a lot of people use that mental disconnect. They basically put maturity and anger in two separate categories. Like, well, you can't get angry and be mature. Like, whoa, what the fuck you just say?
They are.
No, I don't think that's what he's saying. I mean,
utilize them as a tool.
Yeah, I think you can be mature and get angry. I get angry pretty often.
It has to do with self-discipline.
Right. It's like you can still. It depends on how you express your anger. That's really what the maturity part is about. Is how you channel and express the anger as opposed to just getting angry. We all have different ranges of emotions. You know, you can't be like 80 years old and be like, I'm mature. I don't ever get angry. That's dumb. That means you don't have a heart.
Sense.
Yeah.
Because that means part of you is literally holding in something so bad and deep down.
Yeah, you're repressing.
It's damaging to you. That's not a good thing to do at all.
Yeah, it's what you do with it, though. It's how you express it and channel it.
That's why I actually get a little mad.
I can still see with MGTOW's Freedom, he actually like still feels a little bit of bitterness towards his wife because he always says little things. He puts little pot shots here and there, and I'm like, oh, you still heard about that, bro? Like,
well, you got to remember, it goes down to think about what really happened with him and then his family and everything.
Man. Yeah,
like
man.
that. My thing is, they don't understand. Like a lot of the guys that come here. That's why I say I haven't met a dumb MGTOW yet. Like, you need to understand a lot of these dudes. These are some cool motherfuckers. These are smart. These are men that you give them the information. Guess what? You just unleashed a beast on everyone. They're not shutting down. They're not going to, and they don't want to.
And you are a great shit test for someone's level.
Patience.
Patience. Yeah.
I like it. Level.
Yeah, you think I won't see that? You think I won't sit there and have a little fun?
Oh, oh my god. It's like how long can you go ahead and go hang out at a temper tantrum without losing your cool? That's the kind of shit test you'd like to give, I think.
I don't understand what you mean by temper tantrum. I don't understand what you mean by that terminology.
Exactly. Hey, don't pull a Jordan.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Jordan, man.
Yeah, I just don't use those type of terminologies when it comes to the words like temper tantrum.
What's a terminology?
I never heard of a terminology.
Well, it sort of comes down to...
Is that terminology or terminology? Because I've never heard of terminology.
Is that your Detroit accent? Is that your Jersey accent?
Do you racist? You know that, right? Like, yeah. What's the major black cities? Let me just guess where you from, nigga.
No, it's not me. I didn't say that. That was your boy.
Shining did that shit. He did it multiple times. And it was funny as shit when he did it too. But Shining's mad at me right now, so we probably ain't gonna be talking for a minute.
Whatever, he's not mad at me. He could come on.
What happened with Shining?
No, I finally got a straight up website where there's a list of cuss words, and I was using some of them.
I was on that shit. I remember that. Thanks for the recommendation. That's a good site, bro.
You gotta share that with me. I don't know which one you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of it. I have it on my laptop. I can't remember, and I'm not getting up to find it, guys.
That's fine. You can do it later.
You don't have
to be my bitch right now.
You guys made me get up to get my freaking earbuds.
My thing is, I have been losing my focus for a minute. I've been a little distracted. The thing is, dude, I want to tell a lot of men that you need to remember, don't let it get to you. The rage can get heavy. The anger can get heavy. A lot of the things that built up the frustration, all that, the problem that can happen is eventually you'll turn it inwards. You'll start blaming yourself. That shaming will come back because you'll hear so much of it still. Going MGTOW doesn't mean you transcended shit. You're still that same male. All those things are still ready to come back. And you got to remember why you really give a fuck. What is your main thing? What is the thing that pisses you off the fucking most? And I hear a lot of males, they'll say something, red pill rage. I'm way past that. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Don't sit there and tell a man he can't rage and be angry.
That doesn't mean that he's not past or that he is past the red pill rage.
Don't
That's the
tell him
bulk
that
stage, dude. It's a bulk stage of grief.
because
Just like if
here's the
someone
thing.
were to pass away.
A lot of
You have
MGTOWs have forgotten
stages
one
of
thing.
grief.
Ain't shit changed. Nothing's changed.
It's your perspective.
Exactly.
The situation you were raging about or mad about, guess what? It's still there. They still got you. They still can put you through that again and again and again.
Okay,
They
I'm going to
can
give you a
bump
choice.
Whenever they feel like it.
Stan Free, you know I love you, but I'm going to give you a choice. Which would you like me to call you from now on as your like nickname or tag name? Do you want Drama Queen or do you want Teenager?
Oh no.
See, actually was going into this earlier.
See? Right there.
See, as soon as a male tries to go ahead and display something, that's what comes of it. A little bit of, hey, stop displaying that. I was actually talking about something I was going through earlier this week because of certain events that transpired. See, one of the days I took off was I actually took them off for a reason.
You're not
The other
getting point
day I
was
took
gonna-
off because there's something I had to go handle at the family courts.
Well, speak on it, bro. Like, you know, let's hear what's going on with you. Maybe you'll give us some perspective. So what's up? What happened?
Give some substance to what you're saying rather than just like.
Number one,
Give me
again,
attention.
I'll say it 1,000 times. You have to keep it vague for a reason because the more you go into detail about it, eventually
I asked
you'll
for
get a
detail.
little angry
We
and
asked for substance.
dox yourself.
Yeah, but you know,
There's
give
a
me
difference.
something. You don't have to give me everything, but give me something. And you remember, you're not just of service to us, man. This is for people
I put
listening.
it like this. Pay attention to what goes on to those children and the homes of those single mothers. That environment that is put around them, especially with the BT 1000s. Nothing good. You sit there and you comply, but yet you're sit there and talk down to as if you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, man, and especially in the courts, like
You're doing what is asked
bro.
of you, but they look at you the moment that you sit there and try to say, treat me like a fucking human. Guess what? No, because you're a tool. Tools don't talk back. Property doesn't talk back. Property doesn't ask to be treated like a human.
Those are
Property
outstanding
doesn't get to
points.
say shit. You know what property gets? Guess what? Wrenches don't talk. Tools don't speak. And no one, see, they say the words, who are you? They're really saying, what the fuck do you think you are? The moment you're speaking, what the fuck do you think you are? You think you human? I'm sorry. You think you human? You got me fucked up. You're not here for that.
Yeah.
You're a tool.
You're here to
You're
pay.
a means of use.
Right.
Keep it up. You will literally get replaced. No one will give two flying shits if a wrench hits its own self-destruct button. They will go get another one.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I feel you, bro. I've been there. Not to the extent that you're talking about, but I've been there where nobody will give a fuck if I kill myself or, you know, I exist to be a tool to be used.
You exist to be of use to those who dictate that your use is for.
I know, man.
I get
you know,
mad.
to be real, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you've been going through that because I know what that's like. Not in your way, but I know what that's like. You know, you go and it's just like, well, this is what you're doing. You're like, but is this person like? They're not thinking about the kids. They're not thinking about the future. It's just like, well, how dare you even
exploitation of you? They need your servitude to go ahead and to benefit from.
Exactly.
In reality, you mean nothing. You're not an actual person. You are literally a means of exploitation. That's it. You don't matter. And in the moment you even bring a rational argument, there's wait a minute. Well, I actually see a detriment in what you're saying as your explanation for it's best for the children. You're fucking lying. You're actually wrong. But see, again, like I say, tools can't speak. See, a lot of people don't understand. If you have a female talking to you or anyone in a position of authority of the implementation of the exploitation, when they ask, who are you? They're not asking that. They're saying, what are you? And how dare you?
Right.
What are you to speak like that? Like you are in an existence
Like
for
you're
yourself.
human. Right.
You're not human. You're not human to them. Their view of you is not human, and they don't want to see you do it again because their first thought is, well, we only have two options here. Either we get them to destroy themselves or we destroy them ourselves. We just basically wash our hands afterwards and say, well, that never happened.
Yeah, you're a number.
That's it. They want to see that number.
And wage slave. True story.
See, a lot of times I had to sit back and think, like, dude, I am a slave. There's nothing else to it. I tried to use the word free in front of it, but yeah, like, how free are you really, nigga? Like, number one, your biology and a lot of things you understand about yourself dictate that eventually you're going to give in. Eventually, you're going to be there. Eventually, you're going to feel the right thing to do, and that's going to happen. They know it's coming. They're not stupid. They've been on this road 1,000 times. They understand the exploitation of males and exactly how it works. You will be there. You can try to hide from your emotions all you want, but guess what? You know what's going to happen when you try to suppress all that shit? It's going to come full flooding force right into you. Boom! And everyone's going to say you're crazy. And as a male, guess what? Because of your stoicism and the way that you try to sit there and put up those barriers and walls, you're going to have a problem with communicating to each other, to someone else, going through those issues. In fact, you're going to have a problem just even trying to reach out and ask about it, because the moment you show a little bit of emotionality, part of your brain, that machoism, that male testosterone, that conditioning that has been mentally being placed on you, is going to say, well, number one, hold up, emotional and problem, those don't add together. I need to ditch that now. How about I go ahead and just say, you know what, my bad, I didn't mean to bother you. And I go handle it myself, as torturous as that is. No outlet at all. Because part of me understands that that's a detriment to me because of how we have been trained to assess that type of threat. Because again, tools are not fucking human. They're not.
So I mean, because you're one of the most, like, you're among the ultimate pessimists of the men I know. Is there any way that you've come up with to process this, man? Because every time, you know, I do know where you're coming from, you know, especially some of your ideologies, but it seems like you don't see any way out of this. You just seem like, oh, this is what you are and that's it. But
you have to figure out a way, because it will destroy you.
I'm trying.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying.
I mean, you got to find a way to process it.
And not about processing. It's about understanding the goal I want. And the reason why I even brought this up in this topic, because I do have to remember that male suicide is something I care a lot about. I don't want to see men destroy themselves like this at all. There's a way to work. Have you been
feeling like that? Because that's, you know, that's where I came from.
And basically the whole point is I really want to get back to, I was distracted. I forgot exactly the reason why I even wanted to start a lot of this and why I wanted to speak so much of my mind on a lot of these subjects.
Well, it sounded like you just were upset and you wanted to vent. That's really what it sounded like to me, that you had a rough week and you wanted to tell us about it. That's all. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, no, because a lot of people don't remember.
You need to tell me about that, and, you know, because I know what it's like to feel suicidal and not have anybody to fucking talk to. And, you know, not feel so, you know, trust me when I say, like, I'm here for you in that capacity anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, we're both here.
Well, that's why I was going down to a little bit of the detriment of the male conditioning and then the understanding of when it comes down to a lot of the male behaviors that are put into place that sometimes are slowly, you think they're gone, they're still there. And it's hard for a male to bring himself to actually break a lot of conditioning. I get a little mad when I hear people say, well, I'm a new person. There's nothing new about you. You think it's something new. No, you're just thinking in a different pattern, but at the same time, a lot of things are still there and they're waiting to come back to fruition for you. So you thought you were past them. You didn't transcend shit. You're still human.
Can I give you some feedback, Legend? I want to ask you a few questions.
Okay, Legend.
Have you taken some personal time to go see a counselor or psychologist or anything like that for the purpose of getting to the root of the pain so you can address it?
I know exactly what a root is, but see, here's the thing.
No, just a yes or no. I want simple answers.
Well,
the more direct we can be with honest answers without skirting around and saying, see, this is the way it is, the more we can actually help.
Well, fine. To give you a little bit more background on me, when I was younger, I remember, I think it was like this first or second time out of foster care, they tried to take me to a psych. And as soon as I went in, I saw him, we started talking, I shut down. Immediately. Okay. I shut down. Something about it didn't seem like it made sense. Something about it didn't add up. I didn't like it.
So is it correct that you were uncomfortable?
I felt like there was no point in me talking to this person about those type of things.
Okay.
That it wouldn't add up. I don't know. Maybe as a young man, there's something that I was catching on to that I really didn't know how to articulate or actually form to a certain sense of my brain, but it's still there. I will put up the wall. I got to put up the wall. I understand how it really comes down to.
Okay, stop.
A lot of men are alone, and they will always feel alone to a sense because the more of the understanding of when they try to display those behaviors or take those actions, they realize they were more alone than they were either told by someone who was trying to be real with them or that they've seen through their own understanding. And to take that away, it's not something that's very fucking easy, because in reality, the more understanding you have of people's behaviors and the more you experience it, depending on your background and your experiences through life, the less you're willing to take that risk because you know the detriment it is to you. You know that in that moment you're destroyed. It's no help. It's actually going to be harder. In fact, there's going to be more and more pain added upon it. You're already dealing with enough as it is. Why would you add upon it? Even if you feel in strength-wise you can deal with it, but you understand that with an adding on that, there is no gain. There's no healing. There's nothing.
Well,
there's just you going deeper down into more of a well of hell.
I understand. Well, what it seemed like you were going to say something to address that, Legend.
Yeah, and I really want to try to avoid this turning into a complete train wreck.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I want to aim for being productive, and I want simple answers. That is how I feel we're going to be able to get the most productivity out of this, and we're going to be able to help you the most. Okay, I want you to set your feelings aside, embrace your masculinity and your machismo, and understand that we love you and we're here for you. That's why we're listening.
Right. That's true.
I sincerely want to help. Okay, so recently, have you gone and made the effort to talk to anybody to try to address any of these feelings and obstacles that are in your own personal space? They're affecting your own personal growth.
Can't do that.
You can't? No. Are you not ready yet?
There's a little bit of a barrier on that when you start understanding a lot about the human being behavior and how males have been
So wait. I'll before you start another 85-minute long thing, let me tell you something real quick. All right, I'm gonna after I'm done, I'll let you guys continue. Right. I am going to say and tell me if I'm wrong, but let me finish first. But tell me if I'm wrong. Staying free, okay? As far as I'm concerned, I think that you are talking to us. So you are, in that instance, you are talking to somebody, even though you're not really telling us much because you don't want to get doxxed and whatnot. for me, when I tried to go seek help or get therapy, I had to work through a lot of my shit on my own, because when I went to get therapy, the attitude or the demeanor these guys have is not one of getting to the root, but making you somebody who can conform to societal norms. But when society's fucked up, having a psychiatrist or psychologist teach you how to behave as opposed to teach you how to find your individual self-worth. I'll give you an example, and I don't give a fuck about the docs as much, but in my job, when I was going through my existential crisis, when I started to feel worthless, I went to our wellness office, and I was talking about some issues that was going on at my job at the time, and my fucking wellness counselor said, "Hey, give your boss a break. Your boss is under a lot of pressure." I'm like, well, my boss isn't fucking here. I'm here. I'm the one who's going through shit. I'm the one who is feeling like, not great about myself. And you want me to be lenient with my boss? You want me to be like, you're not even addressing me? And
it's your fault.
I do feel like psychologists, I feel like psychologists do try to do that. They try to, instead of getting to the root of issue, try to medicate you and get you to conform to society so you can just be a good boy. So is that what you're trying to say when you say you don't connect with them, or is that?
Well, because I can see from a mile away exactly what is going to happen. It's like I'm talking about. But is that what it is?
Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is,
could you agree with what I'm saying? Could you agree with me saying? Because that will help us kind of stay on track. Could you agree with what I'm saying? Is that why you don't go to a psychiatrist, because they have that ideology, or is it something else?
Well, they're just people, aren't they? People you don't know, and they learn from a book exactly what they're supposed to do.
So yes, so you're saying yes, pretty much. You're agreeing with me.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. So I can understand. I can actually understand what he's saying on Legend. You know what I mean? Like, as far as that's concerned, like, nobody can know your story because they're not you. And when they're going through a book, they can't fully understand. And even though they say they're not biased, they are. Because they are biased to the book, as opposed to you can't be unbiased. You can't be a human being and be unbiased. It's just not really possible. You're colored by your own prejudgments, whether you like it or not. So you can't value the opinion of somebody like that, is what you're saying. They're not there to really help you more than
they're not, because in reality they have a job to do, and they don't give two flying fucks from actually leading towards something. And as far as they're concerned, they're like, you know what? As soon as they hit a roadblock, they're like, yeah, med this bitch up.
You know what? I can't say that they're all like that, because I've been lucky enough to find.
Not all.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
There are some out there. I've met a couple.
Okay.
That actually made a truthful effort.
Okay.
And
that's good.
I actually got kind of frustrated because the psychologist I went to after my second divorce, because fuck her, she didn't even want to, and that's all she wanted to bitch about. I went for myself. Said, fuck it. I want to eliminate the problems. Anything I have control over, I want to get control over it. Right. I want to identify it, get to the root of the problem, so I can vanquish that cancer on my life. I've got too much cancer in my life.
Right.
I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. And no one was giving me an option to do that. They weren't helping me. So I went and did it for myself. I actually got lucky enough, against the numbers and against the odds, to find someone that was willing to do it.
And that's
it's going to take work on your part if that's what you want. You have to go check out different ones, and don't feel bad if you just don't click with someone.
What? Wait, you guys are missing a lot.
No.
No, I don't think so. No. I understand where, because we both have two separate opinions, but they're both valid. You know what I mean? And
I'm not saying they're not valid.
Oh, okay. How much do you value our friendships that we have with you?
Dude, you my bros, bro.
Exactly.
I'm not using
there's a million guys out there.
Sarcastic sense when I'm saying that.
There's a million guys out there, and a lot of them you're not going to click with. Right. Okay. So
that has to do with what I'm talking about.
Because you can pair that up with all the different psychologists out there. Some are going to be good for you, and some will not.
I see what you mean. Like, for instance, if you were to find, theoretically, a MGTOW psychologist, that would be actually great.
Yep. There you go.
Know what I'm saying? Like, so, and for me, and I'll tell you something else. Like, say you don't agree with Legend's perspective, I am the person who didn't, I can't put it on the psychologist because, like Legend said, I didn't look long enough to find the right person. I didn't look around enough. I gave up early and said, fuck psychologists, fuck psychiatrists, fuck them, right? But I still had to move forward. You know what I mean? And I still had to pick myself up out of where I was. So I'll tell you something. I'll give you. It's really perspective, like Legend was saying.
Red Dragon.
For me, it's like this. It's like this. When you do pull-ups, like you do pull-ups, staying free. I know this sounds stupid, but just bear with me. You do pull-ups.
You really asking that question, bro?
All right, so that's yes. I know you do it.
Question.
So it's fine.
Don't
it's fine.
Overcomplicate. You are not a woman. You are a man. Embrace it.
You're a man. Exactly right. So check this out.
We are mansplaining.
Right. Check this. Right. So look, you do
Red
pull-ups.
Dragon, are you going to admit you're hairlessly at this
do.
point? Because
I
know
do
your
pull-ups,
speech.
right?
I know how you talk.
I do pull-ups all the time. I do pull-ups almost every single day. When I do pull-ups, they never get easier, right? The adaptation is not that life gets easier, it's that you get better at dealing with it.
Yep. It makes you
That's
stronger.
the perspective. So when I'm doing these pull-ups, they're still hard, even though I've lost weight, I've developed more muscle mass, I'm the fucking man. The pull-ups are still fucking difficult. My body has adapted to doing them, as opposed to the pull-ups actually getting easier. So I can do more now. I can do more reps. I have better technique, but it's only because I've gotten better at doing them. So yeah, the same issues are going to happen. I still get pissed off at other men. I still get pissed off at my coworkers because they're not real men. I still, the friends that I used to have are still shitheads. Like, women still piss me off. They still do shit to piss me off. I still have to interact with women. They piss me off every day. But I get better at dealing with it as opposed to life itself, or as opposed to that shit getting easier. So if you're not going to look for that psychologist, it's probably going to be easier to find a psychologist that can help you. I don't
need one.
Than an
no
Walt.
one understands exactly what I was explaining this time.
And me personally, I don't feel like I need one either. So yeah, trust me, I'm with you, man. I did not get to where I am now to feeling the how great I feel. I didn't get there in a psychologist's office, bro. Legend, he had help. Great. He found that person. He sought and found. I didn't. So we're both on two ends of the coin, bro. We're just saying that, like, in the end, it's still perspective.
And we're both saying it can be done.
It can be done.
That's not what I've been saying.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What I was basically
we're just trying to simplify what you're doing, bro.
No. See, what I was actually trying to make a point on is what I talked about earlier. I said, I was slipping. I left that comment on Facebook that I've been fucking up. I forgot a lot of things, and I went looking into a lot of stories and articles for a reason. It was basically me getting back to what really mattered, and the reason why I give so motherfucking much about MGTOW and what it helps men alleviate mentally is because once that rage happens, a lot of men forget that when there is seen as no outlet, as in you're seen and stuck, as in nowhere to go, you turn that inwards. You start beating yourself. You literally hurt yourself because you feel like you can't hurt anybody else because of how much pain and rage and frustration you are in. You start damaging shit. You do really a lash out of behavior because what you really understand about so much, it's so fucked up. And there's nothing to alleviate that. Nothing. The only thing that can alleviate it is you. You have to. You have to alleviate that within your understanding and the path that you know you're going to take. You have to reassure yourself constantly. And so it causes a little bit of a thing that a lot of men who haven't found MGTOW, they're still on that path. They might come here, but they don't have the understandings yet. They haven't literally looked into themselves deep enough to get there. I can't stand it. I'm pissed off, and I'm still pissed, and I'm always going to be pissed. When I fall off track, somebody slap the ever-living shit out of me and tell me, hey, stop being a little ass and get back on track, you dick.
Staying free. Stop being an ass. Quit being a dick. Get back on track.
Fucking man.
We're trying to help you right now.
And that's
you can sabotage it.
I'm trying to say.
Or you can stay on track and go for your
goal. Because I fell off track for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, look at it like this. Here's a good analogy for you that's a little different from what we've been doing. Okay, you're in a track race. Okay. You have a goal. You got like a 300-meter dash or whatever. Okay.
44 kilometers.
Oh my God.
Let's not overshoot.
You know they're always going to be moving.
We're doing a 100-meter dash. Okay. Now, are you going to accomplish your goal, or are you going to start the first third off and quit? You're going to bail like 30 feet into it because it got too hard and you felt overwhelmed. Even if you can't finish the first time, you got to keep going back. And every time, even if you continue to quit, if you're at least trying, it's all about the effort. Fuck the success. Fuck the accomplishments. Start at the basic level. All you have to do is keep trying. Best yourself.
Yeah, try your hardest.
You are your own enemy. So the first time you fail at 30 feet, the next time you go in, you get into the ring, whether it's boxing ring or you're doing a dash, it doesn't matter. Beat that 30-foot mark. Go, keep pushing as far as you think you can and push it a little bit further, and that'll be enough.
Okay, no steroids.
Go hit 40 feet. The third time you come in, hit 55 feet. Try to compound how much you bested yourself. If the first time you beat yourself by 10 feet, try to compound it and add another 5 feet to it.
Man, you guys are learning so much from me.
I knew all this before you, man. But you're welcome.
You're welcome.
No, I just reiterate it, and I try to be as honest as possible when I try to open up. I just have, dude, I'm still a human male.
Yes, you are.
And when I say human male, I'm not using it in a sense like, well, you know, some people thought I was a god. No, I'm not using it in that sense.
No, I know that.
I'm trying to show shut the hell up. No. I'm trying to use the example as, like, dude, because I literally got mad at myself. I'm like, dude, how could I not open up to these people who were saying that they would talk to me about this? How could I not do that? That was disrespectful as shit. That was wrong. They're sitting there. They hear me talk all the fucking time. They open up to me, and I'm sitting there, and I'm saying I can't trust them to open up to them. That's a slap in the face, and that's shitty. And also, that's the reason why a lot of guys take that blow to the brain. Why we don't see a lot of them there anymore.
Just seek out the men that you can trust.
Yep.
Exclude everybody else.
In reality, the reason why I wanted to do this cast tonight is because I wanted to apologize. I was being an ass.
That's a weird-ass way to get an apology. I tell you what.
I fell off track. I know exactly, like, you know, like, dude.
We have a saboteur in our midst.
I just want to apologize to all you guys, man. I mean, you know, I fall weak at sometimes. You know, sometimes it gets to me. The rage comes back, and the rage turns into internal abuse. And it comes down to me remembering a lot of the detriments of my life and things that are going on. And I never mean to take them out or sit there and see so absent, like I can't respond to anybody at times. It's just that, like, dude, we're human males.
You get worn down to a nub.
We fight.
I completely understand.
We fight ourselves constantly. We're always battling ourselves. Sometimes we get a little too comfortable and think it's all over. It's not. It's still there. We know it is. I'm never gonna shut the hell up. I like, dude, I'm just gonna try to go ahead and make sure I never distract myself to the point where I'm gonna get back in that phase again. I mean, it's a possibility it's still happening, but well, we all know it is. I mean, again, but
Okay.
I'm gonna try to make sure I check myself even harder. And if I really do, when I like, if that phase slips in, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and do that thing where I shut down. I close up.
Look, man.
It's one of those things that us males do. We shut down. We close up.
Yeah.
We revert back to those early ways of thinking that we're not supposed to be in.
Stay free.
I mean,
I want you to make me a deal.
What?
I need your help to reinforce it. When we do a thing like this, I don't want you or anybody else to come in and railroad the thing that we got going on. It's like I was doing an interview with MGTOW, and I need you to help me make sure that people don't do that in the future. Right now, it's cool, but we've got an understanding, you know, and I love you. And anytime that you need help, I'm always going to be there for you.
Help? Wait, hold on. Wait a minute, bro.
If you need to talk, if you need to butt chests.
No, man.
Fine, man.
I got this shit, bro. What you mean?
Prove it. Okay.
Masculinity at its fucking finest. I don't even get emotional. I don't see emotion.
What? You don't get emotional? That was a good one. You guys.
Men get emotional too. Just
men get emotional all the time. What was the last half an hour about if it was an emotion? What was that? That was what, stoicism? Like what, we were just rah, 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 rah. Like what? That was emotion, brother.
What are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about.
Staying free. Oh my god! Like,
I'm just saying,
are you like?
Let us all have our turns.
Me and you, man. Oh,
it's almost a drop in when it's dedicated. You know, like right now. You know, it's supposed to be kind of focused on MGTOW because my other guest wasn't available. I think he probably got too tired, and that's cool. We already talked about that.
No, I'll sit back. You guys go ahead.
But yeah, I just want to keep things trimmed up a little bit more.
No, man, I just need to talk it out loud. That's all. I'll do the rest of the stuff I was planning on doing on Saturday. But I just kind of had to get that out, man. I'll be honest. I appreciate you guys all the time. I keep trying to tell you that.
No, I'm perfectly fine for that.
I showed in a weird way, come from a dysfunctional background. You know, normally you want to go ahead and do shit like that.
Shut the fuck up.
Gotta get violent. So, you know.
I gotta go to sleep, man. I got like I've already stayed much longer than I was supposed to stay. I gotta get up in now 4 hours.
Okay, staying free. If you want to talk, that's fine. But let's keep that off. Like I'll do another stream with you. That's dedicated for you.
Nah, we don't need to do all that.
Separate these a little bit more, giving everybody a bit more of their own credibility and focus. Some people don't know anything about MGTOW. Maybe they're new.
What?
MGTOW's been gone for a while, right?
They don't know who MGTOW is?
Okay.
You don't know me. I don't have a lot of
people. Saved my life. My nigga, even the art, the picture for the fucking video honestly, was dope as shit.
I'm all for you doing your thing in your room, but we're in Legends room now, so we kind of have to, you know, I'm always that person who defers to the person's room, like, you know, it's their room, so it's kind of their rules. Like, just like I went to bat for you. You remember when people were getting on you? Remember when people were getting on you? I was the guy who went to bat for you staying free, and I was like, no, if you have a problem, you can leave. But we're in Legends room now, so, you know, I always have to show that, you know, I'm that kind of person. I'm like, well.
I'm not disagreeing at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I guarantee you something's going to happen if you can't be okay with it. If you continue
stop.
Shut up and listen. I'm trying to help you.
Fine.
Yeah, man.
Right? If you continue on this path, you're alienating your buddies.
I said I'm cool
with
all your rules.
They will stop including you. And so you will not have guests in your house for very much longer or as frequently. They will go somewhere else. They will come to MGTOW's house or they will come to my house.
Actually,
I don't want that. What I want is the community. I want us to all float around to each other's houses and hang out at will.
I want you guys to do that more, actually.
I do too, but we got to make sure that we don't get unhealthy about it.
Oh well,
so that's what we're doing. Is we're addressing that right now.
Said I was agreeing with everything, and that I was going to shut up. So stop with stop the rule enforcement, because I was already going by the rules.
Stop making me enforce it.
You didn't have to. I agree. You didn't need to go farther.
But he can do that in his own room if he wants.
Yeah, but once I agreed, you didn't actually need to go any farther.
Well, if you felt like he wanted to, he could. He could actually say la 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 for the rest of the stream if he wants.
Is that a challenge?
No.
Oh God,
dude. All right, let's close. This is about 2 to 3 times longer than I was going for, because I'm trying to shorten up my casts a bit. And if I need to go ahead and get them separated into more castings, with shorter times, that might actually be more beneficial.
It has to be more palatable.
I appreciate that. And that lets me go to sleep, because I always feel, every time I get on these things, I'm like, I do feel like I need to stay and talk. And like, I do need to stay. Like, this is important. But you know what?
I appreciate it.
I'm going to try and, yeah, man, when I get out, even on vacation, I'm going to try and hop on too. You know what I mean? So I'll definitely have more time then.
Awesome.
As I'll be on vacation. And, yeah, let's fucking do this, man.
If you can,
you know what I mean?
Help me out. Throw some people my way. That goes for everybody that's watching too. If you guys want to see some people chat it up, or see a brawl that's scheduled ahead of time, let us know. and you know what? If we provide some value to you guys, please like, share, and donate. I can only speak for myself, but I know a lot of us are at our wits' end and have a lot of bills to pay.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that. I'm not personally asking for donations, but please donate to Legend and all the others who are. You know what I mean? Because that's very important. Like, we got to support each other, man. This is the last vestige of humanity, man. We're the talking mouse utopia right now. Like, we're, you know what I mean? We're the beautiful ones.
Help me save my car.
Like, for real.
My car's gonna be
gone.
I
want that, bro. I'm not trying to fucking hate on that at all.
No, you can't send weed.
You could have last year.
Well,
Yeah, he's like, well, that's what they're saying, but
I am in a legal area. Maybe someone can PM me or something.
Hey, man.
Look, I'm always gonna support and subscribe to all my bros and share constantly, and like, you already know how it is. I don't fuck around with all that. Dude, you niggas is cool as shit.
I did until very recently, man. I'll always love weed, but I don't smoke it anymore. But I have nothing against it. It changed my life when I was smoking it. I'm one of those people where weed actually changed my life, and not for the lazy way.
I've seen a lot of people that saved their lives.
We just made me mad. Like, dude, actually, what we did was just send me to sleep and eat every fucking thing.
Well, you got to pay attention to the stream too, and your own personal body and how it reacts.
Right.
Like, I mean, like I said a few days ago, I've seen some people with MS and all other kinds of physical hurdles.
Right.
And you give them an edible or a roll on, like on the foot or on their arm. They've got something like deodorant. And it's amazing how fast it relaxes the muscles so they're not in like a contractual spasm 24/7.
Yeah,
they
it's
can
actually
relax. They can sit up. They've got control over their body, at least by a large majority comparatively.
Somebody at work told me about a story. It was
we can
a
talk
guy
about later.
Who was having
I gotta go, guys.
seizures and shit.
I gotta go, guys.
And I remember that. They gave him what was it? That natural weed that dude was doing with them bees and shit. And literally, while in doing that, he sat there. No, Tourette's. That's what he had. Tourette's.
Yeah,
I've seen the video, bro. I know what you're talking about.
I don't.
And then he started talking. He was like talking and shit. Oh, there's a video on it. But yo, I'm going to bed, guys. I got to get up in a couple hours, man. I love you guys.
Big Tow's freedom.
Again. thanks for staying free, for coming in and like taking over like somebody else's stream, like a proper jackass.
Dude.
And I'm gonna tell you guys, man, I'm gonna check you guys later.
All right, bye, bro.
I don't do it on
Take care.
purpose.
Get some rest.
I just like talking to
All
make
right,
Thanks, man.
Don't
Peace.
play
Sorry.
yourself like
Don't
6
ostracize
different
me. I'm gonna start green pill.